Hello, survivors of the apocalypse and veterans of AtomRPG. Welcome back to Trudograd and the post-apocalypse in our nuclear frozen wasteland. So, we found this greenhouse here in the second tier, and there's a person here to talk to. A person that might give us some interesting job. There. The man walking around the greenhouse nods as if we were old neighbors. Well, he doesn't look familiar. I've been inspecting you. Well, got it. So, who are you? Let's be very civil and polite, cause that's how we roll. Robert Kwang. He extends his hand. Oh, how polite. You did a good job for my colleague Francis. He unfortunately had to leave the city, but I am here to replace him. Okay. Again with the Conglomerate. Yeah, right. That last job I did turned out the filter I was sent to fetch wasn't really a filter. We recall that one, right? That was a pretty beastie location. Also pretty cool. But I actually had quite some problems with this. So he's working for the Chinese or something, and they wanted a special filter, and this could cause quite some problems if they get their hands on that tech. But being mercenaries, we went through with the thing. Also out of a lack of other opportunities, actually. By the way, what do you trade? You have some sunflower seeds that you are chewing on. Okay, yeah, well. So yeah, that last job I did turn out the filter I was sent to fetch wasn't really a filter, was it? I have no idea what you mean, for I was not briefed on my predecessor's operations. The Conglomerate works on a need-to-know basis. Well, you fellas just won't leave Trudograd alone, I see, huh? Yeah, what do you want? There are many pre-war bunkers and laboratories in Trudograd. Most of them were plundered long ago, but there are a few that have never been penetrated. Yeah, cool. What about the reward? So, are you interested in something specific? Yes, there's a railway under Trudograd which connects the city's secret installations into a single network. The tunnels are now either blocked off or collapsed. However, a few stations are still accessible. We are asking you to visit one such location that was recently discovered by our agents. The Conglomerate wants to retrieve something stored there before the Northerners or that Neo-Luddite Voronin get to it. Oh yeah, tell us about the Northerners. Our agents are reporting higher and higher numbers of them around the city every day. They mostly come from the city of Ust-Ajursk. Okay, alright, got it. Where do I need to go? What do I get if I help you? What do you know about this Voronin? I know you're operating on a need-to-know basis, but we need to know. Yeah? The end of the world addled the old soldier's mind, turning him against all things high-tech. This makes him an enemy of the Conglomerate. If your paths should ever cross, take everything he says with a grain of salt. Ah, yeah? Well, we might do that, yeah? So, what do I get if I help you, by the way? We are ready to give you the Ling Yi Division Armored Vest, free of charge. This is a generous reward and a magnificent piece of technology. Okay. Well, that sounds actually worthwhile. Where should I go? We are looking for the causality retromodulator blueprints. It is said that this device allowed Trudograd to neutralize all the incoming missiles during the war. Oh, well. Not sure if that's actually, you know, like having one vest for that. That's a huge strategic asset. You know, that's worth billions. Billions of rubles. Please hand me your map. We pass the portable computer to Robert. Ah, it's electronic. Very curious. Here's the spot outside the city. He smiles. Good luck. Well, I've got a bad feeling about this. This reeks of treason, partner. Don't worry, your city has nothing to fear from the Conglomerate. Well, we recall that, you know, one of the core values of the Chinese is actually cunning. Not so much honesty or loyalty or anything. Like, not like the stupid poor Germans. Or attention to detail or something. Like the Germans. Well, I've got a really bad feeling about this in the long term, but well, fortunately this is just a computer game, so we can explore this, right? So, well, tell me more about this causality retromodulator. Rumor has it this contraption could peer into the future by picking the most probable event from billions of possible outcomes. Unfortunately, we cannot verify the truth of this, since the city's anti-air defenses were destroyed back in the 90s. He adds with contempt to keep them from Conglomerate scientists. Oh, so you think there's a reason behind that they didn't want you guys to have that? And, well, you don't answer that, huh? That's not on a need-to-know basis then. And how do you know the schematics are in this underground station? Like that one exactly. Our agents have sifted through countless megabytes of data from the pre-war period. Among them was a report drafted by a British spy embedded in a Soviet army outpost. That crafty fellow was certain the station houses the schematics. A device that can peer into the future is a dangerous toy. Why would you need something like that? To avoid the dangers which the future holds. Why else? This miracle of science saved Trudograd during the war. It needs to serve humanity again on a vaster scale. Humanity or the Conglomerate? That's the question. Oh, you're not going to answer that either, huh? Well, and where's Francis Liao? He was starting to attract too much attention. We are not welcome in Trudograd. The TSS, as well as their paranoid leader, think we want to use the tech we procure for evil. Well, I can understand why they believe that. I wonder where they got that opinion. Our relationship with them was unproductive from the very beginning. Now they refuse to make contact. Otherwise, we would assure them the Conglomerate's goals are entirely peaceful. Well, yeah, yeah, right, okay, yeah. No, sure you would, but would it be the truth? Of course, why would we lie? Because of cunning? But yeah, okay. Would you answer a few questions for me? I have no interesting information for you. Really? Well, maybe not even a sister that we could marry with someone or something. Some mutant maybe, but well, that's just some weird thought that just sprung to mind. Well, at least tell me about the Conglomerate. Yeah, we want to speak in private here. We want to know more about this Conglomerate, of course. That's why we are giving in and we are working with them, because otherwise it appears that we won't have any chances to get closer to them. That's our original plan, right? So, see how Trudograd is all mixed up, like egg fried rice? The Conglomerate is not. Everyone has their place, rank and number in the superstructure. Everyone knows their rights and assignments. Everyone has a purpose. Order is the reason for our prosperity. Happiness is easily attained if you know your place in the world and need not worry about what is to come. Don't you agree? Well, I'm going to think about if we agree or not. What's your rank and number? This personal information. Why? Imagine if we one day expanded west and assimilated Trudograd into our organization. You could use my ID to buy 1 million credits worth of stuff. Could I? What's a credit? Our electronic currency. One swipe of your card near a vending automaton and you may purchase as many protein bars as your heart desires. Bon appetit. Oh, okay. Well, tell me about the superstructures. Have you seen Trudograd streets? As tangled as a ragged spiderweb in a dark broom closet. The Conglomerate abandoned this ridiculous type of planning. We live in skyscrapers which house living quarters, manufacturing plants, administrative and even entertainment sectors. To get from your flat to a mall or arcade, one simply inputs the correct floor in your sector's elevator. Okay. Well, that seems efficient, doesn't it? And it doesn't use up so much space, which is good for the environment. Well, but if the conglomerate is so hot, what are you doing here? Being here is my designated purpose and I am proud of it. Okay. Well, you know what I think of this conglomerate of yours. I mean, it doesn't sound so badly, actually. Like, at least, the skyscrapers. Robert leans forward, eager to hear our thoughts. Well, we don't know if it's a nightmare, because, I mean, okay, people have the purpose and stuff, so they're assigned something. Sounds as okay as any other place on the planet, actually. Yeah, I mean, like, if you don't want to be there, I guess you could leave, and if you want to go there, then I guess you could. Right, Robert? Or how does that work? I mean, it's certainly not heaven, because if you are assigned to something, but it's not really fitting your talents, then it's a bit sad and could make you sad. And would also not be super efficient, by the way, for the superstructure. But I don't think it's a nightmare. Yeah, it's not nightmare material, because right now, being a salary slave or something, then, you know, it's also not that worse. So, sounds as okay as any other place on the planet. Fair enough, fair. Although, in my opinion, it surpasses all other settlements on the planet by a wide margin. But that's just me. Okay, if you say so. Okay, it's time for me to go. Yeah. So, then... Underground station, the scientific research. Conglomerate agent Robert Kwan asked us to investigate an underground station somewhere outside the city. He wants us to find a causality ritual modulator schematic. Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds very interesting. I do think, though, that we are firstly going to find out about what is happening in the second tier. No, here, the checkpoint, I mean, so here. So, and by the way, what's our situation experience-wise? Lieutenant Razin, you are 4,000 away. Hex is 20,000 away, and we are 6,000 away. Okay, so... Lieutenant... Yeah, okay, no, I guess, like, if there's one fight or so... we are not getting a level anyway, so let's enter the checkpoint. So now the grand moment arrives. We are going to enter 7th heaven. Constrictor. What are you prancing around here for? Well, we were just passing through. But by the way, do you have anything to barter? Okay. You don't earn any rubles, huh? Because it's been ages that we've been here. So here. Path to 7th heaven. Guardsman. The upper tier guard notices us from afar and nods grimly, causing his helmet to slide down to the bridge of his nose. Oh, okay, it's not good fitting there. So this may be a sign that these guys here, or this guy at least, are not that well equipped and not that competent or so. We suffered a terrorist attack recently. Some bastard set off an explosive device in the government quarter. What? Tell us about this terrorist attack. Yeah, first that. I don't know the details, but at least nobody was killed, or more precisely, nobody important, and that's what matters. Ah, yeah? Well, Mamma Mia, can you answer a couple questions for us then? I have too much responsibility to stand around yaking. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good for you then, I guess, so you're not bored. Then let us through here, look at the special pass. We are here on serious business. The guard studies the document with a suspicious squint, sniffs it, then tests it between his teeth. What? But ultimately returns the paper with a shrug. We've been ordered to let people carrying such IDs through, so go on in. Even if you turn out to be some kind of terrorist, it won't be my fault. I mean, your papers are in order, so my job is done. Yup. Wait for him to open the door. So there. And there he opens the door. Right. And by the way, I don't know, his Kalashnikov looks actually The AK looks actually like a good one, huh? It's a bit hard to see, but let's look around. Empty tins and empty bottles. Some waste paper. He doesn't need that, right? Is that a telephone booth? Possibly. Okay, so now the grand moment arrives. And by the way, I don't think that there are battles or anything, probably. So let's give the lieutenant the beret, just in case. There. And just give me 1 second. The sun is coming out, which is beautiful, but I can't see my display anymore. 1 second. I need to close my curtains. 1 second. So, more or less like this. And you can hear in my voice that I've still got the cold. But that's actually good, because then you are appreciating the condition that you are very healthy and can jump around. So, there. Oh! Huh? Okay, well, then let's go there. And by the way, so what's our hunger situation? 300, 240. I mean, Hex is still a little bit messed up, but I guess it's fine. So 7th heaven here. Entering. There. Finally, let's check this out. Because there's no one here. That's curious. I mean, okay, they've got a heavily fortified checkpoint. Okay, there's just a shotgun there, just like that. Well, we are picking that up. No one is noticing anything. Maybe they feel too safe up here, huh? Some canned fish. Some crackers and some meat in the can. And here, locked. That's just the most simple thing. Okay, some explosives which we can take, so our friends here don't throw them into the wrong location at a bad time. Opening that one. Oh, an AVS-36, a Soviet assault rifle designed by Sergei Simonov. Wasteland Engines added a foldable stock to this model. Yeah, but this one uses the very rare, these 54R rounds. Which is, well, let's take that, obviously. Let's compare it, however, with ours. This one is 921 and it has 17. Oh yeah, wow. 17 to 20, so that's way more damage there. And we could even get... No, we can only get 1 burst out of this one. 5. Yeah, spread is low, spread is medium. Crit chance. 85. Ah, it's rifles and shotguns. Huh? An assault rifle that's counted as a rifle. And not as an automatic weapon. Okay, but this would be the good one. Let's just have a look how it looks as a model. So this would be a good one for someone who decided for regular rifles or so. Well, then we are unloading this one and Hex can take it. But the ammo goes to the lieutenant, so Hex doesn't get any stupid ideas, like he sometimes gets. So. Oh, and this here, oh, this is the nice, the whole nice thing here. that we saw on the main map, like a dome or something. There are heaters there. It's warm here like in summer months, and machines like these are to thank for it. Okay. Well, maybe they should close the doors. That's actually... Have we ever seen any green before? Oh, and there's someone. Oh. Oh yeah, he's got a pretty cool and nice machine gun there. Let's talk to that guy first. There. We are approaching a large government building when a brutish-looking fellow in armor. How do we know he's brutish? Because he's inside of his armor. But well, an armor steps into our path. He howls us with a gesture and speaks in a low, slightly echoing voice. Move along! Outsiders are not welcome right now. Before we can reply, an elderly fellow in a formal jacket who is standing next to the soldier intervenes. Hold on, Igor. Hardball, right? I've been waiting for you. I'm only sorry our meeting has to take place under such unfortunate circumstances. Oh, which one of us were you expecting, comrade? Sorry, I don't know your Namenski. All of your team, actually, including you, comrade Trudograd. Oh, he's well informed, so... Let's look around. Slightly panicked. Is this some kind of ambush? No. We are way too professional for that. Wait a second. Comrade Voronin, I assume. Fortunately, our character is smarter and has a better memory than I have. Comrade Voronin, I mean, the name rings a bell. But yeah, let's play a bit dumb. Excuse me, do we know each other? Yes, although in a very one-sided way. Local agents have been keeping me informed about your actions constantly. I learned about your real goal from your radio communications with your base. I must admit, I'm delighted to have this opportunity to finally get to know you in person, even with such dire events hanging over our heads. Yeah, I thought so, that our radio communications weren't safe. I did hope so, though. Trudograd's Minister of Defense, Major General Gleb Voronin. A pleasure. Yep, so... Our assumption was right. So, what exactly do you know about me? And who else knows about my so-called secret mission? And you don't look like one of the local bosses. So, what actually happened here? Yeah, maybe... I hope we are not cutting off anything, because I want to ask all of this. So, what exactly do you know about us? I know you're an Atom agent, and I know you've been tasked to find OR1, also known as the Railgun. That's enough to understand that our goals coincide in many ways. Otherwise, this conversation would not have taken place. Oh yeah? So what is your goal? I'll explain everything, but let's clarify one thing first. You want access to the depths of the inverter factory, am I right? Well... Right. Do you know how this can be done? Yes and no. The minister gives us a hard look. And my office is an elevator to the inverter's lower floors and the workshops where the railgun was developed and is now safely stored. The elevator is new. I ordered it built after the war. The shaft was discovered by accident. It must have served some other purpose before the newer construction. Our problems are as follows. First, the only way to access the underground sections of the facility are with a special keycard. Second, a bomb was... You don't say a keycard, a special one? Oh, that sounds very complicated. Yeah. Second, a bomb was detonated in our reception room recently and the whole building, including that elevator, is on lockdown. Oh, who could sneak in a bomb like that, I wonder? Well, how secure are the lower levels? Have you heard about Compound NX 74205? It's a virtually indestructible beryllium-based alloy. The walls of the underground workshop are all lined with it, making commonplace explosives useless, as well as any of the drills we have at our disposal. Ah, okay. Is the elevator to the lower floor still intact after this explosion? Your first thoughts are about the success of your primary mission. You cannot overestimate how much I respect this approach. Lucky for you and me, the elevator survived. I doubt the Northerners even knew about it, much less planned to take it out. I'm certain their goal was to dispose of me or other city leaders before their army strikes. Yeah, you would assume that, huh? I bet this isn't the only attack they are planning. That explosion was only a signal, a call to action for the enemy forces within the walls and in the surrounding area. From now on, the northern invasion is my top priority. Trudograd needs to be prepared to repel the attack, and the terrorists must be destroyed, or at the very least their leaders. To accomplish this, I need to temporarily borrow your skills. Once the city is secured, we can work together on transferring the railgun to Atom. Well, Minister Voronin, that's... I appreciate the cooperation. Well... But I think, yeah, it's probably better if he keeps this cooperation, and also if this attack happens during this transfer, so this could jeopardize our mission, and it's also not a thing, you know, like it's not super urgent with the railgun, isn't it? It's not like the Hesperus star is going to collide within days or so. So I think for our main mission, we could and should help them first, yeah? I confess I was expecting something like this. What do I have to do? Wowie, partner! Hard to get bored in your company, that's for sure. It seems like only yesterday I was serving under Captain Ogutsov, then at Shapkevich's department. Now I'm already working for Minister Voronin himself. That's what I call a career trajectory. Well, Lieutenant Razin, don't become a careerist. Just think how you can serve. Ha! Hold on to your hat, young man. There's much more waiting ahead. Oh, okay. Cool it, Razin. What do we have to do? Alright, look, our dam, which supplies power for the whole city, was recently targeted. We have reason to believe another attack is coming soon. We need to get out there and talk to our local agent, Askold Chernov. He'll bring you up to date. I must warn you though, chances are things will get bloody, but for a professional like yourself, I assume that won't be an issue. No. I mean, like, we'd prefer to avoid bloodshed, but if there's no way around it... Yeah, and, like, stretching our muscles, you know, it's always helpful, isn't it? Your next assignment is to enlist the support of our good friend and comrade, Commander Shapkevich. There's a notion that I'm in charge of Trudograd's armed forces. Unfortunately, this is not entirely the case. The forces under police commanders like Shapkevich are in fact closer to independent mercenary armies than pre-war government militia. These units answer only to certain politicians and oligarchs. Shapkevich trusts you. Explain the situation to him and make sure that in the event of a northern attack or an uprising of the remaining revolutionaries, he'll be on our side. I'm certain he will be, but I'd rather play it safe. Well, Minister Voronin, I think that's smart. That's a smart approach. We shall do that. But what exactly should I tell him? Just explain that in the event of you-know-what hitting the fan, my men and his men must all be on the same side and freely share whatever intel and battle plans we have. We need to work together for a common victory, not split off and do our own thing. Well, got it. That's really the reasonable thing anyway, right? Got it. So what's next? One last request. We already have several suspects in the 7th Heaven bombing. I dispatched agents to various rat nests where the terrorists might be hiding, but I haven't yet sent anyone after my prime suspects, a group led by a certain Malyuta, who recently arrived from the north. That sounds like a woman. They're pretending to be traveling merchants, but I don't believe that for a moment. Malyuta and his fellows, okay, it's a man, recently settled in Grey Corner. Find them and force them to admit they're connected with the bombing. Kill them if you need to, but information is what I most want, not executions. Okay, well, information is usually the most important thing and most valuable thing, isn't it? Tell us about this Malyuta. He is a highly suspicious individual who entered Trudograd shortly before the recent, very loud event in our reception area. I think he's connected to the bombing. I want you to check whether my hunch is correct. Find out what he and his friends are up to in Trudograd. We have enough delays already due to the unstable situation in the city. Hopefully it's not too late to turn things around. Okay, we'll see what we can do. And that's all about all. Anything else you want to discuss? Well, there were so many things, actually. Can I ask a couple of questions about various topics? Yes, I'm listening. Okay. Tell us about Trudograd. The city's changed hands and the inhabitants as well, several times since the war. Now it's an empty shell of what it once was. The real Trudograd died long ago. Died and vanished from the people's memory. Oh. And what's going on outside the city? Our scouts report that a large enemy force has set up camp just 2 or 3 days from Trudograd. The attack from the north is no longer merely a probability, but only a question of time. Excuse me. Okay, well, then that's bad. Because we could have hoped that the whole thing is just some rumor, huh? Or exaggeration or so. Would you care to tell us a little bit about yourself? I'm a former military man, former hero of the USSR. Everything about me is former. The only real thing I've got left is my access to the people in power and authority over the security forces. Whichever gang or political party seized power in Trudograd, they all kept me on as Minister of Defense. After all, I am the only one in the entire city with so much experience in security matters. And hypocrisy, as you know, is the grease that keeps civilization's wheels turning. Well, Minister Voronin, cynical but true. Cynical but true. Okay, but how do you know you are a competent Minister of Defense? You didn't prevent the failure of any of the previous regimes, by the way. That's a little bit provocative, isn't it? I like it. My main duty is to repel external attacks on Trudograd. In the last 20 years, no force even came close to sacking the city. Therefore, I'd say I'm an expert at keeping the peace. As for the fleeting local regimes, I do my best to protect them if possible, but one cannot protect someone from themselves. Each of the former rulers dug his own grave, be it through stupidity, corruption, or degeneracy. I simply chose not to interfere in the process. Well, that makes you maybe the wisest man in this town, huh? Okay. And, care to share any good gossip? Of course, one is worse than the other. Perhaps we should expect a blockade from the sea as sightings of pirate ships off the coast have increased lately. It's possible some of them are in cahoots with the northerners. Well, it would be logical, kind of, right? Like that they would at least send in some pirates to disrupt commerce and trade and help in the siege. Okay, and any other gossip? Of course, though, some of the things my men report is a state secret, and the rest is common knowledge that you've doubtless already heard. Yeah, okay, then. Well, then let's talk about something else. Just remember, we don't have much time left. Okay, we might, but I think we should go along with this one here for a while. Tell us about the inverter facility. What do you want to know? Why was the surface level disassembled? The city needed material for defensive structures. I figured since the factory was non-functional anyway, we could repurpose it. After all, the topmost levels weren't configured to manufacture anything particularly important. Okay. I feel like there's something significant you are not disclosing, though. Come on, Voronin. You promised you'd be honest with us. Atom trains its people well, it seems. Okay, you're right. The factory was destroyed after I stopped a carefully planned operation to steal certain equipment from it. Don't get me wrong, there was looting before and after this event. But the group we called the Conglomerate, after interrogating its captured members, was head and shoulders above our typical scavengers. They knew about the secret underground workshops, and the special equipment they used was better than anything available to us. But what really bothered me was that the detainees were only a small part of the organization. Their capture barely delayed the next attempt to steal inverter secrets, and not just inverter alone. And did you find anything out about them? During the autopsy of one of the leaders of the raid, we found a mechanical eye. Not only did it somehow function like a real human eye, but it contained an audio-visual transmitter the size of a fingernail. I'd never heard of such a sophisticated prosthetic before the war. Oh wow. Now that's awesome, isn't it? And do you know what they are collecting the technology for? I know the superficial reasons, copying, reselling, etc., but there are more significant motives behind the actions. However, according to the captured agents, only the Conglomerate's top dogs know them. Has it occurred to you that they are basically the same as Atom? Like, are they? I wonder if they are working together. As a former military man, Atom is much easier for me to understand. I know your ideals, your goals. I even read your mission statement way back. I even read your mission statement way back before the war. But this conglomerate is a complete enigma to me. I only know that it's a big, faceless organization prepared to do anything to achieve their unknown goal. Okay, but are they purely Chinese, or is it like it's an international, a human thing? You know, Mr. Voronin, I would think that that's actually... that's very significant, you know, if it's international, so if it focuses on humanity rather on one nation or so, that means that everybody could have a place there, and if it's not, then that's actually a bigger problem, because it means that they might exclude other people, yeah, or worse, if you know what I'm getting at. Without getting into a lot of details, I'll say this. Whatever they plan to do with the technology they are scavenging, it will be big, and it will be very alien to our way of life, both yours and mine. Well, I think like looking at our post-apocalyptic wasteland here, anything different from that is probably good. Yeah? Probably good. As long as it's not worse. Well, what other special equipment did they use? Compact portable drills of strange design and huge power, communication devices the size of a match head, and many more amazing and improbable gadgets. Oh, communication devices the size of a match head? Well, and what makes you so sure they are a huge organization? The agents gave up this information under interrogation. The Guangzhou merchants confirmed it later on. Plus, we got our hands on some of their maps, which show that Trudograd is one of around 1,000 cities, towns and ruins where the conglomerate's network of agents is operating. Wow, 1,000? Wow, curious fellas. I really don't want the railgun or anything else for that matter to fall into their hands. Yeah, or maybe Minister Voronin, like, how about you work together? Like maybe this would be good for everybody. But well, do you know what exactly was produced at Inverter? Officially it produced radio components or something like that, but in reality they toiled over a variety of projects, special armor, robots, the railgun. Almost sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't. It looks awesome. It sounds awesome. Unfortunately, that's all I know. I'm sure the scientists who worked there, Professor Goryachev, for example, would have more useful information. Oh yeah, well, we heard of Professor Goryachev, right? Like, he's a legendary fellow. Too bad he's kind of missing in action, isn't he, Mr. Voronin? Well, where was the surface level? No, we already talked about that. Why don't you mind me getting into the facility? Better to let Atom handle all those technological riches than let someone else take them, especially the railgun. Voronin looks down at the floor and sighs heavily. Oh, believe me, I've lived long enough in this world to understand one thing. When such technologies fall into the hands of the morally and intellectually unprepared, it's much more of a curse than a blessing. Oh yeah, I think you're right there. Okay, who knows? Okay, can we talk about something else? How else can I help you? Well, I think we should not disclose this conglomerate agent just yet. Can we talk about the inverter factory some more? No, okay, let's talk about something else. There's nothing new that comes to mind. Huh? Let's discuss our jolly cooperation. Voronin folds his hands. The glare on the lens of his glasses hides his eyes. Tell us what you know about Atom. Not much. I know it's a pre-war organization that works to restore order on the Wasteland. I was lucky enough to run into a couple of your agents a few years ago. They helped us fight off a small mutant invasion. The people were decent and very professional. I have absolutely no complaints about them. As for Trudograd, well, the citizens either know nothing about Atom or simply consider it a fable. I'm guessing that doesn't bother you, though. Well, not at all. Our organization must operate in secrecy. That's right. In our business, it's better to work from the shadows and safer. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, for many reasons. Okay. So, what was I going to say? Can we talk about something else? Okay, now then I think we have talked about everything. So, understood. See you soon, Voronin. I'll be in the next building. Okay. So, that was a lot. Yeah, I think we didn't miss anything. If you have some advice, please share. And then we've got a lady here. Like, there are not many people here. Oh. A well-groomed woman in a blue coat is pacing nervously under the canopy of evergreen trees. She perks up visibly when she sees us. Finally! Do you know where everyone has gone? No. Are there usually more people here? We feel like we've met this woman before somewhere. Well, she does look somehow familiar, huh? Let's take a good look. It was 2 years ago in the mountain pass of Woos. Ah. Wasn't she with Artemiev, the scoundrel responsible for the death of old Kovalev? I think we helped her. And she was the one that was with the scumbag guy, right? Okay. Have we met by any chance? No, I don't recall. She looks closely at our face. Should I? 2 years ago, Mountain Passer Woos, Artemiev. Artemiev. Oh, right, I remember that. But you young men are not familiar to me. I've had so many new fans since then, after all. Oh, well, I mean, like, we only talked, but, okay, so be it. Anyway, not a lot of people around here nowadays, huh? That's what I'm talking about. The decent folks have all disappeared somewhere. What am I gonna do now? Well, any idea why they fled? Could it be due to all the horrors raining down on Trudograd lately? Terrorist attacks, revolutionaries, northerners? Yes, probably. Well, you probably better hide too. But I would like to talk with you first. I advise you to find a normal job. No need to talk nonsense, she frowned. Maybe escape is the best option? Well, maybe. Do you have any plans for that? I don't know. I really don't know. I need to think of something, but it's so hard to get my thoughts together. Do you mind answering a couple more questions? Oh, completely forgot about that. Marina, nice to meet you, I guess. What are you doing here, Marina? Before all this happened, before the serious gentlemen all departed seventh heaven, I was in high demand. Even great people get lonely. I always knew how to brighten their day, bring a little color into their lives. Oh. You wanna bring a little... Oh, yeah, well... Hey, you wanna bring a little color into my day, babe? No, thank you for your interest, but I've been thinking about turning this page in my life for a long time. As you can see, everything is pushing me towards a new career. Okay, well, remind me your name. Are you kidding me? Don't ask the same thing over and over again. Okay, what are you doing here? Seems like we've already discussed this. Okay. Well, I see. Time for me to go then. She lightly touches our hand and gazes at us with eyes suddenly full of tears. Oh god, the manipulation starts. This is very difficult for me to ask. But could you lend me some money? Oh, Marina, we've been there already. Now that my wealthy friends are all gone, I am alone. I only need a pittance to make it to the nearest big city in the comfort to which I am accustomed. 1,000 rubles should be more than enough. Like, we already gave her the money, right? That was the thing. Like, what is she actually doing with all the money if she's, like an upper class prostitute or so? Like, these women, they are actually usually... I would think at least, they are messing up the money and then they are buying real estate and rent it out at totally overpriced rates, right? Like I read an article a couple of years ago about one of them in the United States, and she had like 14 apartment blocks or something. Well, I mean, we've got a lot of money, so 1,000's too much. Is it okay for you to ask a stranger for cash? What's wrong with that? You yourself said that you know me. Okay. That's a strong argument. I mean, okay, she's got a cute nose, doesn't she, right? Like, I mean, she's quite attractive, so, yeah. But we kind of don't know her well enough to lend her any money. On the other hand, like, it would be bad if people like her, like, with her looks are vanishing, you know, from the gene pool or so. Okay. Fine, here's 1,000. The woman hastily secrets the money in her purse. Thank you. Thanks a lot. As soon as I get to, let's say, Astrakhan, I'll pay you back right away. I'll send the money by mail. Yes, now it's time for me to go. Ta-ta! Bye now. Okay, well, that was a nice Easter egg. I would think that we are not seeing that money again ever. Yeah. But that was kind of fun. And there's a broom there and soap. Oh, and a non-working toilet. Okay, well, I mean, but it's better here than anything we've seen so far. They even have some vegetation on the roof. That's pretty nice. More heaters. Okay, so, oh, there's another soldier, or the soldier. Oh no, there are two of them. Oh, he's got an interesting... Oh, he's got the other weapon. Oh, he's got... it's an RPM or something. That's an RPM. Oh, and I guess this is the elevator, huh? Oh, and there's someone. Okay, let's talk to that guy. Excuse me, but if you are from the press, there's still no comment. A decently dressed middle-aged man and dresser are stroking his neatly trimmed beard. No comment on what exactly? Recent events in the city, of course. Northern terrorists, unrest on the bottom tier, all that jazz. He sighs heavily. Smakin from the Daily Trudograd came here like 5 times already, and Sherenko from that other wreck drops by even more often than that. But what can I tell them? Jack shit, that's what. Okay, what's that? Did someone order you to be silent? As if I'd let someone order me around. It's just that there's no official statement yet, and who's gonna comment in an official capacity anyway? The city is barely being governed at the moment, since most of the bigwigs fled as soon as the Northern Army appeared. Voronin is silent, of course. That's why he's in the Secret Service. So I have to explain this shit to everyone. Okay, well, absolute classic, huh? Why did they hide? Well, he just told us, right? Because of the army, but I didn't ask. They are probably hoping to cut a deal with the Northerners if they ever conquer the city. I'm guessing they'll also use this opportunity to get rid of the revolutionary movement. I mean, Sioma Voronok's goons also hate commies. Though, I'd bet my non-existent engineering diploma that it won't work. If those northern savages ever take the city, they'll burn it to ashes, with everyone still in it. Those bastards, they disappeared and left us to settle things. Right, well, we'll find a way to deal with the situation in the end, I'm sure. Would you look at that? Anyway, what's your name? Fomichev, Alexei. I'm in charge of inventory and cataloging in the government quarter. Well, so you're a manager, huh? A manager? What exactly do you inventory and catalog? Manager. You have no idea how much junk is left over from when the shameful display of wealth was erected on the rooftops. Darn construction contractors, they are all crooks, I tell you. Well, come on, they are still doing a decent job, right? Otherwise this whole thing would have broken down. You call these ruins the result of a decent job? Don't make me laugh. If you can't see the bedlam that's consumed the factory and what terrible end awaits us when the top tier falls, then Then you and I have nothing to discuss. Alexei pensively wraps a cigarette on the top of the pack and, never lighting it, tucks it behind his ear. Everybody tucks the cigarettes behind their ears, huh? Well, if I understand you right, you're not going to answer my questions now? Questions? Do you have a communication fetish or something? Then go find someone less busy. Okay, I'll just do that. What is he doing there anyway? And there's a skull there. Can we take that? Old ass, poor Yorick. I didn't know you at all. Uh-huh. Time is not the enemy, but eternity is. Ah, yeah. Okay, well. Is that... No, that's not a book with the... the Escalarap or something. Like the medics thing on it. There are computers here. We can look through the glass there and see that. They even have a little plant in the window. That's nice. Well, and they are surely not freezing here. Well, let's look here. This looks like... What's that? Doesn't say, but this could be the bathroom, right? No. Oh, no, it's not. Oh! Oh! Bad things are happening in this room. Judging from the red color over here, the red paint all around, and the red paint all around this chair here where people can be fixated. Radio spot. With the help of this radio channel, investigators can call their superiors. Torture chair. I don't envy the one who was tortured here. Yeah, I mean, times are harsh. Sharpened knife, throwing knives, alarm clock, and fire extinguisher. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to use that stuff. And a broken shovel handle, huh? No one needs that waste paper. And then I saw a person there. Let's go here. Oh, he could be some form of arms manager or something. Or manager. A large bearded fellow looks up from his book. Like there's a problem. We've got a problem. The beards don't match. Big problem. A large bearded fellow looks up from his book and gives us a slight smile. Oh, what do I see here? A wealthy adventurer or a dog of war mayhap? No matter your answer, you're in the right place. Oh, that sounds... I can smell some stuff. Oh, and who are you supposed to be? The man bows respectfully and puts his hands on the table. Vasily Sakharov, arms dealer extraordinaire. Selling weapons is what I do. When I'm not busy with another activity, I sometimes enjoy... I don't do discounts, but if you know how to barter, I can provide good prices. Okay, so you just switched the topic there. What other activity are you enjoying, buddy? I can't say. I have no right, you know? But if you guess, I won't deny it. Like, do you have something to do with the chair, maybe in the other room? Gambling light appears in the merchant's eyes. Oh! Oh! Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Are you one of the Grand Masters of Bombergun? Vasily Sakharov's eyebrows shoot up in surprise. Not bad. Do you want to challenge me? Because that can be arranged. But let's... Oh god, guys. I should have tried this clown first. This could have been fun. You want to challenge me because that can be arranged, but let's spin the pencil first to determine who will start. Attention. The arms dealer produces an ordinary wooden pencil, but something about it immediately catches our eye. It just looks odd somehow. Let me check your pencil. We balance the pencil on the edge of our hand and our gambler's instincts were correct. The pencil has a hidden load which, if properly spun, would make its direction predictable. Sakharov feigns surprise. Oh! Look, I had no idea this pencil was faulty. So, thank you for noticing. Yeah, Sakharov, is that so? Yeah, get us a normal pencil and we'll play fair, but we are so unlucky we will not win this anyway. Success. After spinning for several seconds, the pencil comes to rest pointing at us. The first move is ours. Okay. But I don't want to play this right now. I don't want to play right now. Bartering. Oh, what's that? Army camouflage. Oh, cool. 14,000 rubles. Standard Army Special Armor Camouflage painted to resemble other USSR military equipment. That's for our special armor. He's got a lot of interesting ammo here. SP6, armor piercing, used in silenced automatic and sniper rifles. Oh, this is Soviet submachine gun designed by Georgy Shpagin as a cheap and simplified alternative to the PPD-40. This one is 815. Yeah, higher damage potential. 453. Oh, I think we saw that before. Crit chance, stun chance 5. Oh yeah, no, this is actually better. Oh, he's got a good selection here. A good selection of stuff. Twin drum magazine. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's a good one. That doesn't increase the... Oh, we've got new stuff here. Oh! New good stuff. An 8 times optical scope. Oh, that's good. Oh, and here, this one. PTRD. Originally an anti-tank rifle produced and used from 1941 on by the Red Army. This particular gun was modified by Krasnodar many armorers. Oh, that's also good, but it's also rifles. It uses 14.5 millimeter, and this one we could use as a person. That's pretty cool. Oh, and a backpack, a real backpack, awesome. And crossbow arms. Is this better than what we have? Stechkin automatic pistol. Metal guide rod. Constructed from metal. This rail is in ingenious engineering. So I'm not sure. Maybe he's getting mad or something once we beat him. And then we cannot buy stuff anymore. Maybe we should get the stuff first. Metal guide rod. Constructed from metal. This rail is an ingenious engineering invention. Designed to dramatically improve stability and accuracy when firing crossbows. -1 to shot grouping. Super good to hit something. Spike bayonet we already saw. Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. Also this one here. That's the first real good magazine that we see. Okay, let's get the deck out. It's time to play. No, I don't want to. No, here, come on. Exit the game, yes. You'll get lucky next time. She should gotta rethink tactics. Because the thing is, we can't do this right now. Because Lieutenant Razi needs to get the level first. And we are... Oh yeah, we are only 700 points away from his level. So we need to travel back in time. But I thought so, that there must be another Grandmaster here somewhere. But I would fear that we are getting more experience, and then we would also get the level, and we are only 3,000 away, roughly. No, sorry, we are 5,000 away. But still, I don't want to risk it, and I don't want to play him several times. So let's talk with them. So, how do I see a wealthy adventurer? Yeah, and who are you oh good, how can you help me? Well, and who are you supposed to be? The man bows and puts his hand up. Yeah, here, arms dealer extraordinaire. Well, wait a second. First, I want to ask you a couple of questions. I can see that happening. What are you doing here? I sell weapons from the machine factory on a large scale, but I don't mind trading with a private citizen like you. Do you own the factory? No, it's managed by a board of directors. I'm just their sales representative. Before that, I mostly traded weapons in the north with Syoma Voronek and his crew. They started acting out a little too much for my taste, so I had to return to the city. Voronek, huh? Yeah, that rings a bell. So you were selling weapons to potential enemies of Trudograd. Oh, come now. They don't deserve to be called enemies. They are as dangerous to us as a 9mm to a blue whale. Don't fill your head with nonsense, friend. Okay. Well, so how's trade then? In our time, with everything that's happening in Trudograd and beyond, it's just wonderful. In the most unfortunate way, of course, but at least there's no big war on the horizon. Are you sure about that, Sakharov? Global war is a terrible thing. I say this as a committed pacifist, but small conflicts are an inevitability. And a benevolent one at that, if you ask me. These squabbles are a great opportunity for people to release some steam for a just cause, of course. Well, Zakharov, that's an interesting way to look at it. Hell yeah, I like shooting people. And you can also make money off it, right? So people will always be at each other's throats anyway. Let them murder one another with quality weapons instead of clubs and sharpened sticks. That means more clean kills without unnecessary brutality. One day they'll grow tired of it, I promise. That's... yeah, well, that is one possible philosophy, I guess. They won't as long as someone constantly provides them the means. Don't you think? Give me a break. You expect that without weaponry everybody will become a tree hugger all of a sudden? Come on, think. Think! Rumors about gun runners starting conflicts to Jew sales are very much exaggerated. Yeah, actually I agree. Yeah, it's a thing. I mean, okay, it might actually increase aggression, or like an offensive aggression. If someone thinks they have the better over someone else, but if there's some form of balance, it can actually maintain peace. And that's why we know that if you want to have peace, you need to prepare for war, right? That's the only truth. Well, that argument doesn't prove you are not doing it yourself. Neither does it prove that I am. The arms dealer sighs and brings his palms down on the tabletop with a slap. Enough philosophizing. How about we trade? Well, no, I still wanted to ask a couple of questions. Are you interested in something specific? Well, tell us about this place. And by the way, why didn't you flee like the others? Some of the lower tier residents call this place Seventh Heaven, but in truth it's just the government quarter. The real Seventh Heaven is the palaces of the rich, each on its own separate roof. Oh, okay. I wonder if we could go there. What interesting things can you tell us? Success in life is not about doing what we love, but about loving what we do. That's my philosophy, and that's why I'm rich. Oh, well. It's certainly a good philosophy, by the way. Okay, then tell us some more about this place. Some of the lower tier residents call this place Seventh Heaven. Yeah, we heard that. And something else interesting? You want interesting? That's something I ain't got. I'm a salesman, not a scientist. Okay. Then we should change the subject. So, it appears we can't talk with you about anything else than about this other activity. So let's see what you are selling. So I feel that we should definitely get some stuff here. And he is interested in weapons, clothes, ammo, and explosions. Clothes, that's great. I definitely want this backpack. And we are just browsing for a second here. And then we're putting on our cap. Where's the Chinese cap? This one here with plus 10 barter. Because the fur thing, that was less, right? If I remember correctly, it was also 10 or so. Where's it now? And this was the police one. There was the eye patch. Vamkipi, huh? Where is it? Where's the warm trader thing? The black fur thing? Oh, I think we don't have it anymore, huh? I put it away because it has less of a bonus. Okay, well then it's fine. Well, we might want to bring some loot over here. And sorry, just decided to drop by. Let's sharpen the knife. Then we can actually check his prices. Sharpening the knife. There. And so how far are we away from the next level? I had hoped... Oh, come on, yeah. 350 points. I'd hope we could get the level right now, but like with just talking some more, but okay. Well, what do you need, pal? Cartridges? Maybe you'd like to sell some weapons. Yeah, let's see. So let's see your prices here. What? 22? Like the price is horrific. We're not selling anything to this guy. What a crap. But he does have a good selection there. Quality Cuirass is the best one. And by the way, did we get the better armor already? No, we did not. Okay. Like from this Conglomerate agent. But that was just the... The armor is our reward, huh? So, yeah, and sorry. The... Reinforced crossbow arms. Or this, they could be better or what? 2 to distance. No, it was the other one had 8 range. Plus 5 max range damage. Oh, it's much better. Well then, we're getting that. And we are getting the backpack. And that's so much money that I feel that now it's time. Wait a second. Now we are increasing our bartering. Where is it? Here, barter. And we are also rather close to the next level. And we get how many points? 31, right? Yeah, so 34 or so. Yeah, that wouldn't push us to the completely next level, but I think I want 200 now. Maybe there's also changing something. There. I've got the 15 modifier. So like this. And then we also have more cash. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just hope that we won't fail anything now. Okay then, so now, how much is it now? Oh yeah, here, that's a very decent rebate. That's the Chinese rifle, SKS. The RPG, yeah, actually, like weapon-wise. He's got a very good selection. Also here, let's have this metal guide rod. But everything else, the 8 optical scope. I think we have that on our crossbow, right? It works also on assault rifles, though. But this is more a thing for single hit weapons. Because it's reducing the chance to hit with no aiming. Doesn't make sense to have this one. For those weapons. The metal spike, we have one in excess already. AK-74. Yeah. Well, and then the army camouflage. But I think I want to rather decide to buy this when we are coming with our armor. And then I want to look at it. So here. That's a lot of money there. And there. Okay. So, thank you. Well. Yeah. So that's painful, but that's just how it goes. So, and then this backpack goes to Hex. And he can wear it if we are overburdened or so. And then we are replacing it with the shield. So, and then this guide rod. So that's a pretty nice upgrade here. +4 to distance even. That's pretty cool. And then we've got this reinforced guide rod, and this one here is 10. The metal guide rod. 3 to hit enemy limbs. Installing. So, and this here, yep, it is the 8 optical scope. It would be good to have this one also on some form of sniper rifle or so. But yeah, I mean, like if I could start the game again, then I would actually make Hexogen more a rifle person. But on the other hand, it also helped us tremendously that he could actually do some burst fire there. So and that's why I think, like, for tactical reasons, it was the right decision. And I wanted to have Hardball, our main hero, be the machine gunner and Hexogen the assault rifle guy. I didn't think that we would only have one companion because there are 4 slots. So, but I'm also certain that we did not miss anybody. So, and I'm not even selling him the shotgun, this guy. I'm not doing that. So, but we are not getting more points into barter. Here. And now let's walk into the light and to have a look at the crossbow. Yeah, it's cool. He's got the discs here. The crossbow has the discs. And the guide rod. Yeah, but it's a pretty decent weapon. Quite decent now. Pretty cool. So, then we've talked with this guy. We know he's the Grandmaster. And then let's go over there. Oh yeah, but looking at the time, in the next episode we shall find out what we will find behind this door. There's also a new soldier there, taking guard, and this seems to be a bigger one, a bigger building, and there seem to be some devices in there or something. That sounds and looks interesting. Yeah, and we shall see what happens there in the next episode. Many thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. We made it to the rooftops, to 7th Heaven. It's pretty interesting. Most of the populace has fled. I know from the comment section that one dear member of our community did not like this. That literally there's no one here. But I personally find that it's storytelling wise it is convincing. Yeah, it is convincing this way. Like also that, you know, the upper echelons of society, you know, they are not, these guys are not sticking around if a huge conflict looms, you know, if they don't have any official functions or so. So that's kind of convincing for me. What I would like, though, would be an opportunity to, you know, to do a little break-in on one of the other rooftops or so. We can't see any here in the distance. So this whole thing here has been built between 4 of these Soviet-style tenement blocks there. That's actually, I do like this. Would also be cooler even if we could see something here in the distance there. But that is too much to be asked, I guess. And this is a little fort on the side. In case of besieging. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fragile. Like, if someone comes with the tank or so, yeah, and or just a rocket launcher or something, and you shoot this one, And these tenement blocks, they are not super good, although, well, could be made of steel concrete or something on the other hand. It depends. Yeah, I guess they have chosen something that's very sturdy. But otherwise, this structure up here is not very safe. And still, these things here, they can actually come down, and then the whole thing would collapse, I guess, from the weight. But I think we heard that the whole thing is actually not that stable anyway, and they have some problems. But yeah, so I mean, I do like this so far. It's pretty interesting. We do have new jobs now, so we can when we are leaving 7th Heaven, we have 2 things that we can do. I think then we would go via the Grey Corner, talking to the saboteurs first. And yeah, and maybe also firstly to Commander Shapkevich. And then going to the dam. Doing that first, and then we could check out the thing for the Guangzhou. Or this Conglomerate. And we wanted to know more about the Conglomerate, so I would hope that that we can find out more. And I personally haven't made up my mind about them. Like, I don't feel that it's actually justified to think of them as an evil organization at this point. I mean, obviously they want to build something, and well, they try to do something within the anarchy and the problems of the post-apocalypse, but that doesn't make them evil. But I would think if it's a very national thing, so if it's a pure Chinese thing, yeah, that's a bit problematic if they don't let other people participate or so. Yeah, or want them to become just the drones in their system. And that's actually that's actually a strong argument that they would, because the guy said that he's not very much of an individual anymore, isn't he? He just got assigned his function and he has to fulfill it. Yeah. But I mean, on the other hand, for a lot of people, this would, yeah, it would actually give them a lot of security. Yeah. That's actually quite the philosophical question. What works better for people? But we cannot answer that right now. But we should drink a little bit of water, I just see here there. So our kidneys can do the work. We are not hungrier than before. Not much at least, so not much time has passed. 24 hours with the blindness that our eyes have this milky fog over them. But yeah, we shall solve that in the future. So many thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. And if you did, look at that shiny little like button just waiting to be pushed. Look at the nice flowers here, by the way. They are pretty big. Very big roses. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, so you never ever miss an episode again on Playing Hardball. And as always, you are heartily invited to share your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think of this? We found heaven, and I like it. Like, it's kind of, you know, I feel that it's really, it's convincing within the world that has been created here. Yeah, because it's not the super sci-fi thing or so. It's improvised, but I like the world building a lot. So, yeah, do tell what you think. We'll continue next time. See you then. Bye-bye.